Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my Christmas movie marathon. And today I'm going over another Tim Burton film, The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is another one of those films kind of similar to Scrooged, I guess, where you could kind of have the movie on mute and you would still have a really good time with it. Like, not just with the visuals and everything, but you can still, pretty much kind of know what the story is just by watching it without sound, or at least that's the way that I saw it. So the story itself is pretty good, where the main character Jack Skellington, he's known as the Pumpkin King of Halloween, and eventually he becomes disenfranchised with Halloween, where it gets boring for him. So he decides that he's gonna go out and find a new holiday to be a part of, and he stumbles upon Christmas, and just from there, it's just amazing how not only does Christmas Town actually look, but so does Halloween Town. Jack's reaction to seeing things that he's never seen before, such as snow and presents and children laughing and being happy and everything, and then of course seeing Santa Claus himself. So this movie is great, visual wise. The whole story about Jack finding Christmas, wanting to do it himself, and then once he actually has it, he kind of realizes that that maybe it's not for him. I think tells a really good life lesson. I think that there's a few lessons that this movie teaches. One of them is be careful what you wish for; you just might get it. And also and sometimes where you are is the perfect place for you, or at least that's what I got out of these films. But the voice acting was great. I honestly didn't remember any of the voice cast in this film, and it wasn't until recently that I'm pretty sure that I read that the guy who voices Jack is the same guy who played Detective Mike Norris in Child's Play, which just made me like this movie even more. And not only seeing him act, but also hearing him sing was actually really cool. But the other voice acting, for Jack's love interest Sally, as well as Santa Claus and Oogie Boogie, who I think is one of the coolest musical villains I've seen. Just the songs that he sings are really catchy. And even his minions, the kids Lock, Shock, and Barrel, their song of "Kidnap Mr. Sandy Claus." There's still times where I just listen to that in my car, and it's just so great to listen to. The rest of the cast in Halloween Town is great. Where just the creativity of showing all of the creatures and monsters in the film I honestly think is amazing. Having the two-faced mayor, which I don't know if that was intended, but is a hilarious analogy of politicians these days being two-faced and everything. Having recognizable characters such as a mad scientist, and Sally being Frankenstein girl, pretty much. Having Jack being just a really tall skeleton was really cool. Oogie Boogie being just a clump of bugs held together by a burlap sack was nice. And then even creatures that I believe they created for the film, such as the monster at the very beginning of the "This Is Halloween" song, who has spiders in the hair and fingers for snakes. I thought that was pretty creative. So even aside from the whole Christmas setting, the whole Halloween stuff looks cool on its own, which uh, goes to show that like you can watch this film on both Halloween and Christmas, very similar to Terrifier 3, which just came out. And if I hadn't done a review for Terrifier 3, like that would have actually been part of the list for this month. But aside from that, there's really not a lot that I can really think of that I didn't like about this film, just because like it's just about everything that I would have wanted from like a Christmas film, basically essentially being a Christmas horror film, but it's still lighthearted enough for being a kids film. And every so often I try to rewatch this every now and then, especially during Christmas time, sometimes during Halloween as well if I'm in the mood. But this is still a great film to watch, both for your kids and like as almost like a gateway into the horror genre, and definitely as like a sort of Christmas crossover film. But with that all said, that's it for this review, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another Christmas review. In fact, being like the last Christmas review, seeing as how tomorrow's Christmas. So, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.